I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we have our minutes of December 14th and December 21st.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of December 14th and December 21st.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have warrants 13, 13P, the payroll, and the reappraisal fund number 1.
I'll make a motion to approve bills for payment, warrants 13, 13P, and reappraisal fund number 1.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Warrant 13 is for $47,463.84, and that went to, among other things, fuel for the highway department. There's an ARPA payment for the Grange of $12,000. We have a bill from the town attorney, Fisher & Fisher. Health insurance, there's our passive insurance, the insurance the town has through Vermont League of Cities and Towns, and payroll transfers. Let's see, and reappraisal fund is for Fisher & Fisher, their work on the Great River Hydro appeal and settlement. So, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. ARPA funding. The Dummerston Historical Society is requesting some funds for a new door.
Am I on?
You're on.
Yes,
Well,
this is your opportunity to.
Thank you. Well, we started out very modestly. We didn't want to ask for too much way back when this all began. But we gradually got bolder and bolder. And we kept adding. And this, I can't promise, this might be the last request we make, possibly. We've worked really hard over the years to improve the building and try to preserve it for future generations. We think it's an important architectural feature of the center and has its obvious importance for the history of the town. But so with the other things that you've so generously approved, the building is going to be in much better shape. Some of those jobs haven't been done yet. Farnham has had trouble with illness and I guess supplies and employees, but he'll get to it eventually. And the painting, of course, will be done in the spring or the summer. And heat pump is still, they're so busy, the manufacturers or the salespeople, that it's very slow getting them to come, but 1 or 2 have come and others will eventually, I'm sure. So we'll be able to wrap that up eventually. And so this final, or possibly final request is for the back door, which is the original door. And some people have very sentimental feelings about it because they remember it when they went to school in the building. But it's also sieve. Air comes in very easily. So we have in the proposal that we gave you, the door would cost $750. It's an insulated fiberglass door. The installation of it is pricier than one might have thought because the door frame has to be enlarged and new supports put in and so forth. And you have Brian Lewis's estimate statement of what he would do for 1960, which comes to $2,710. And if that's approved, we would be very grateful.
Now, did you ever get a question, answer to the lock set? Is that included in the door? Because you said the cost may be slightly higher.
That's still up in the air.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I suspect that it's not in the, but I'm not positive. If that does come in, can we nudge this up a little bit, or should
Well, that's why my question, that'd be in the motion. So
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the Historical Society for the request for their door in the amount of $2,710 with a possible supplemental for a lock set.
I'll
Thank
second
you
it.
very much.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Blessings on you.
Now, this will go, since we just did the approval today,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is not have you write another letter, but now you'll be copied in it. I'm gonna request from Charlotte to put your 2710 to go into the next warrants for payment.
Fine.
Okay, so you'll get the next warrants will approve the actual money.
Okay.
Okay,
So after that, I'm not quite sure of the, Brian Lewis requires $1,000 deposit in order to, clinch the agreement with him. So should we just pay that and then you reimburse us? Is that the way that works?
That could work.
you could pay that, you could do it that way, but in 2 weeks, because of
Yeah.
the cost, and you're not our town entity,
Yeah.
we'll just give you a check for the 2710 in 2 weeks.
Okay. fine,
So,
sure.
but I won't have you write another letter to me saying here's the, what do you call it, the invoice. I've already got the invoice, I'll take care of the paperwork on my end, and it'll go into the warrants next time for our approval.
But you would want another letter, you're saying?
Nope,
No.
Oh, you
no,
don't need
I'm
one.
taking, you're all
You're-
set, I'm taking
Got
what
it.
I got. You
Okay,
will we'd have to approve the warrants next
understood.
time for the
Yeah.
2710,
okay.
and then you'll get a check,
Well,
okay?
that's very nice. Thank you
So
very
I'll take
much.
care of that tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. We have the community center, a building inspection. We got some quotes. We asked 3 different companies and we got quotes from 2. And I've sent them around. We had one from, Bird Dog Homes, and the other one was Green River Property.
Right. I'll make a motion to accept the bid for the community center building inspection from Green River Property Inspection, Michael Becker, in the amount of $1,350.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So was that a bid to do the inspection and you
Yes.
haven't gotten the report yet, or
No,
he
that
hasn't
would-
done the
that would-
inspection
that
yet?
would be, to get the inspection started, a fellow, this Michael Becker will come and inspect the
Okay,
entire building.
Right.
Thank you.
And we just have to find out how we can get up into the attic.
I think it's in the hallway
We'll
there, in
have
that,
to look.
yeah,
We
you
go
you
up.
haven't looked, yeah.
All right,
Oh, okay.
okay, okay,
Do you want to vote on it?
yes, let's.
Oh, yeah, we better vote.
All those in favor, any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'll let Michael Becker know that we've done that. So we've approved that, it'll go to Charlotte, and then at our next, or he's probably going to come the beginning of January, which is,
Next week?
yeah, so we should be good
So you want me to have her put that in the,
for the
for the warrants next time
Yeah,
to pay him?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. That's, any other ARPA funding?
Can I ask a question on
Sure.
that? Is there a master list someplace of a total of what you've already agreed to pay out on ARPA funding to local groups and the town office, or a master list of the expenses
Well,
that you?
Yeah, we've been working on it.
I've been updating it, but since the office was kind of up and down there, I've just got to plug in some numbers, and then yes, I will have it all up to date as of to this.
So another week or so that would be available
can-
to the public, or?
Yeah, I can leave it with Lori and Charlotte. It'll be in the ARPA folders over there.
Okay,
Yeah, I can leave a copy in there. But yeah, no, I've got to plug in the latest, and then it's up to date.
Okay.
Yep.
thank you.
Huh?
We haven't been burning through this.
No, we haven't been burning through it. I mean, it just is a,
That's good, you've got time.
Yes,
So
we
Oh,
have
yes.
enough
It's
to,
okay.
yeah, we'll have enough to cover the lock set, do you think?
yeah, I think we might, yeah, lock set in. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Any other questions, discussion? Okay, then, let's see, we have possible settlement with Great River Hydro regarding a property tax assessment. And Bob Fisher, the town attorney, has been working on that. And the listeners have the information that we need. We have a copy of the proposed settlement for our signatures, but we need information, background information from you.
Great.
Great.
You want me to do this? You speak. Yeah. Good. Please. Okay, so the situation is that Great Water, first of all, for all the utilities, we receive from the state the value of the property, the valuation of the property for each utility. And we just plug those numbers into our grant list. Year after year, Great Water Hydro has grieved the amount of money, that the valuation of it. And there's at least one pending case that is still, hasn't been resolved. Great Water Hydro is now being sold to Quebec something. And I think they've made a determination they would like to sort of get this resolved before the sale so that that it doesn't jeopardize the sale. And so what they've done is their lawyers have come to sent a proposal to us saying that they would like to settle 4 or 5 years, which you saw in the email, in the agreement, at a rate of $400,000, 400 plus. We've been in discussions with our district advisor, who got in touch with the Department of Taxation, plus a gentleman named Brian Fogg, who is the state's appraiser, expert on valuations of utilities, to take a look at this proposal. And in fact, you got a copy of the email that this gentleman, Brian Fogg, actually using the latest revaluation of utility properties and some other tools that the state is now using, has made a determination that in fact, we have it on the books for $800,000. It's actually closer to $260,000, $269,000. So that the fact that their proposal to us is to say we'll settle for $429,000 sounds like a good deal. And so that's what they have sent us in their agreement. They haven't, I don't think that they've seen the numbers that Brian Fogg has come up. It's just been internal amongst the people that we're working with. So.
And the rest of the world.
And the rest of the world.
Everybody knows now, yeah.
Now we know. You were sworn to secrecy at the end of it. They didn't do that.
You're being
Oh, it's only on, fine.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a thing.
So that's the proposal, and we've agreed with it. And frankly, this is obviously not our expertise. So
Right.
we're working with our district advisor and the state folks who have been great in doing the evaluation of what the proposal. The lawyer, Bob Fisher, has said that if it's something that you would like to have him come and talk to you about, he's happy to do that. But I'm feeling that from what the state's appraiser, who's an expert in this, has come up with, I'm willing to agree with him, and it feels like a good deal for the town that we're going. Plus, they've come to agreements with Putney and is it just Putney? And maybe Vernon. They've already settled with Vernon, and they've agreed to the valuations. And so we're recommending that you accept that and sign the agreement, or we'll get it back send it back to Bob, and he can send it off to their lawyers.
Okay. What do you think?
I'll make a motion to accept the terms of the settlement with Great River Hydro as recommended by the town attorney and listers.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay. All right, so, no discussion? Any questions? Thank you for giving us all that.
Oh,
information.
sure.
Yeah, thank you, and explaining it too, I mean,
Yeah.
just that,
Thanks for digging up all those details.
yeah.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we just need one signature here. All right. All right, and I'll get that. Okay, thanks very much for,
Thank
It's a
you,
pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you.
okay, any other public comment? Yes? Gail
I would
Schultz.
just like to say I appreciate all the work that you three have been doing. You've been carrying the load for the select board for quite a while. And while we may not agree all the time on what decisions there are, I just appreciate the opportunity that we can ask questions and that people are civil to one another. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I second that. Sure.
Have a good night.
Have a great new year.
Yeah.
You too, happy new year.
So we're gonna leave too.
Oh, okay, here we
After all of that.
Wait a minute.
Performance
We'll watch the
report.
rest of it on TV in a couple
Okay.
days.
All right, happy new year.
Yeah,
Thank
same to
you. Thank you much.
Okay.
Thank you again.
No problem.
So, going to the road performance report.
Right. Right in front of you is the,
Yep, great.
okay.
Let's see, we don't have any FEMA updates.
No FEMA updates.
Okay, we do have the Vermont Municipal Roads, general permit, which we sometimes refer to as the MRGP, to be renewed. And, what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to approve the Vermont Municipal Roads General Permit MRGP renewal.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that gets signed by me. Let's see, and you saw Lee,
I talked to Lee this morning, so, no major damage, just minor little damage up on the elevation, you know, Sunset Lake and all that. Need a few loads of gravel, but for the most part, they made out really well through that. He was impressed with, the Camp Arden Road project we just finished with Belco, cause that would have washed and it held beautifully. So he was happy with that. And, no major breakdowns. He's going to start cutting trees, starting I think next week, maybe the end of this week and next week. So that's where it is. And also he just let me know that, they noticed a slight leak in the wood boiler at the town highway department. And the boiler's about 10 years old now. I mean, it's not something that needs to be taken care of this minute, but it's going to need something.
more than just a spot of solder.
Yeah, you can't really get to it. I asked him about that. I said, well, how about, can you just take it because it's the water tank? And he said, well, you basically have to pull the whole thing apart to get to that. So it would be a total destruction. So it's more like a new one. And he figured the new one would be around 15,000.
Okay,
That's
So
something we can use ARPA funds for.
that could be an ARPA fund.
of the cost of a generator.
Not the cost of a generator, right? Yes, so, but at this point, you know, they need the wood boiler for the winter. It's not a problem, it's just a small leak. But I think we can get through it. He didn't feel like it was a worry to not get through the winter with it. So I think that's something we hit him with in the spring.
It's on our radar.
It's on the radar for the spring because he'll have to get bids for that. It's over 10.
Yeah.
So that was the latest from Lee.
Great, good. Okay, and then he sent us his ideas for paving in the future, a paving
Yep.
budget, so, for our
Yeah.
consideration.
That was, I had a couple questions on it, but they're fairly,
Yeah.
they're not something we're gonna be able to answer.
Yes,
Yep.
there's apparently 200,000 in state aid for paving, and he sort of spread that out
Right.
to 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go out a little bit further with this, because we're only dealing with the other side of town. You know what I mean? He's not giving us a long spreadsheet on that, it's one of the things. But then the other question I had was, and we'll have to wait for Lee, I think it'd be almost
Yeah.
better to
Yeah.
put this on
Yeah.
when Lee comes
Yep.
in,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? But,
Yes, we don't have to make any decisions.
because there's no
No.
decisions, and I know, yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
we had some questions, that's the best way to put it, right, Maria?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. All right, any other road foreman's report?
That was it.
Okay. Let's see, is there anything under correspondence for information that you'd like to discuss? Okay, then for correspondence for discussion and/or action, there was an offer to donate a larger tree, a larger spruce tree for the town common. And there were some emails back and forth from interested people. What are your thoughts on that?
well, I think it was the minister that spoke and said in one of the emails that said that the tree that's there now was donated.
Yeah.
And so I'm inclined to stay with the tree that was originally donated. I mean, I know it's not a big tree, but it'll get bigger.
Yeah, I was glad actually there were lights on it so I could see it.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah.
but that's the way trees are. You
Yeah.
start small and
Yeah.
They get big fast, yeah.
And I think in one of his emails, he said it would eventually get to 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
But that would be bigger than 20 feet.
It
Oh, I'm
probably will
sure
be.
it will. I
Maybe
agree with
Not in
that.
my lifetime, but
Yeah, but it's, you know,
patience.
patience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't think there's room for 2 trees.
That's
No.
what there is not any
No.
room for 2 trees there, really.
Yeah.
And I was kind of inclined to think the same way when I saw the minister's comment. I'm like, yeah,
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 right. That was my feeling too.
yeah.
So I could write a letter back expressing the
Thankful.
consensus of the
Okay.
board
Yeah.
on this topic. And
Okay,
maybe what we can do is, we'll talk once we get closer to spring about maybe watering that tree if we.
right, yes, a little bit more to
Doing
water
what we can to,
to get it to go more
Encourage.
faster.
yeah,
Oh.
let it know that it's wanted, and we're looking forward to more years with it. Let's see, we had a non-binding resolution passed at the 2022 town meeting. Let's see, it's called the Fair and Impartial Policing Policy. And so the sheriff has been meeting with groups about this and would like to have a facilitated meeting with a professional facilitator.
Right, it'd be in the public meeting forum, and I think it'd be like in April and May.
Yeah, and there are 3 towns that passed this resolution, non-binding resolution. It's Putney, Dummerston, and
Marlboro, right?
And so he's asking those 3 towns to split the facilitating bill. And that seems fair to me.
That seems fair, and the other party will take the other half of the bill. So it's half and half between the towns and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would make it a lot more productive.
Yes, I think any meeting where of this nature, it's good to have a third, party, an
Exactly.
uninvolved party
Party.
to moderate.
Yes,
Yeah, so I think it's a good way to go.
yes.
So, I'm not sure where that money would come from.
I mean, we could take it out of the select board budget.
Yeah, that's usually what we would do.
Yeah, I think we could,
Have something like
Somewhere
this.
we
Yeah,
can find.
we can find it in there. Yeah, I think that would be the best, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I guess a non-binding article is still binding.
I guess while it's non-binding, they still want to come to some sort of understanding
Understanding.
over it.
Yeah. Does make it kind of different.
Yeah, so it speaks well to the sheriff that he
He's
wants
still
to
trying.
discuss
Yes.
this. And
Yes.
so,
Yes.
So,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to, let's see, pay the sheriff Anderson or the sheriff's department $500 for the facilitator for the public forum.
I'll second it.
okay, any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Great. So, can you?
I'll let Charlotte know
Great.
that we passed this and to come out of the select boards.
So we'll just wait to hear when we get closer to the meeting.
And I'll let
Stop that.
Sheriff Anderson know too.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Sheriff Anderson,
Mhm.
both of them.
Great. So, under new business,
Let's see.
the ARPA updates or discussion.
Well, I'm now trying to collect the last bit and get that spreadsheet caught back up. I needed some questions answered yesterday from Charlotte, so I got that, and I'll add this stuff in. The other thing was, at the end of all the disbursement from the state, there was money left over, so they distributed it again, so we got another $122
Oh, boy,
added to our ARPA money.
great.
So we figured almost covered the box set at the town office. You know, so that's the only other ARPA updates. Yeah,
Okay,
that I can think of.
great. Well, that's
And I'll have
good
it,
news.
Maria did me another spreadsheet up so I can finish filling in the last
And then you can get it to me and I'll update it all.
on the computer, and we'll just flop it over to the town office so that anybody that wants to see it can have it.
Okay, great. Thanks for doing that. Let's see. BDCC and SeVEDS has requested a letter of support for a new organization that they, economic development organization. And they sent a template for us. That was fairly long and involved, but what would you like to do about this?
Was this the one that we thought would already gone through?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I checked with them and they said no, they could still.
Oh, they could still use it.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that was the question. I thought we were already,
Yeah, I thought it was already a done deal.
Yeah, done deal, so we were already, too late to do it.
Yeah.
Even if it is a done deal, they can still use the letter of support?
Apparently it's not a done deal
Okay.
yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. I'll make a motion to sign the BDCC SeVEDS request for letter of support.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion? I think rather than use their template, I could, if we voted in favor, write just a short, concise statement that,
Okay.
I think that would be
I think it's-
excellent.
Yep,
Yep. Yep,
okay.
okay.
okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I'll add that to my list here. Okay, there was a draft of a letter from our animal control officer, Ashley Pinger with the Sheriff's Department, for what our town clerk would send when she learns or is told that someone has an unlicensed dog that should be licensed. And it's just, Ashley Pinger has sent this around to the towns that she works with, just so everyone has a uniform response and process for dealing with unlicensed dogs. So,
Yeah.
and apparently Lori's
Lori's
the town
looked it
clerk
over.
is good with this.
Good with it, and yeah, so all the town clerks that are, the towns that are involved will all use the same one if they all approve it, so be pretty simplified, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll make a motion to approve the unlicensed dog letter to be used by the town clerk.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let's see.
Do you want me to write Ashley and Lori and just say we approved the letter?
Yep,
Okay, so,
that'd be great. Thank you.
okay, so,
Okay, then, moving on, we have, this is a parking agreement. Michael Root from New England Paving was at our last meeting requesting to park on town property off of Route 30 for the work they're going to do, starting in March and probably finishing around October. And what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to sign the agreement with New England Paving, Michael Root, for his request to park on town property off Route 30.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? When he was here, he talked that they would return.
It all back to normal.
Yep.
And is it New England Paving or Northeast
Oh,
Paving?
Northeast,
Northeast.
sorry, I
Just
saw
said-
the any
That's right.
New England. Yes, it's Northeast, I'm sorry.
All right, good catch.
Good catch.
All right. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's see, there's just one line for signature here, but I think we can go.
All signed?
All signed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. There's the Conservation Commission is working with a few other organizations to come up with a plan for steps at the covered bridge leading down to the water. And the planning process, they reached a stage where they wanted to get some input. And David Baxendale participated in the last meeting and thought that the designs up to this point seem to have met the questions that we had about it earlier. So he thought it was going pretty well. I don't think we have anything that we have to do about this, though.
No, I think it's at 60% right now.
Yeah.
And I did let Lee know, just to have Lee input on this too. And then, next week I'm gonna be working on the drug and alcohol policy with Wade and Lee. That's our passive representative, and I'm gonna have Lee print that out, or asked him to. And we'll pass it through Wade while I've got him here, and even if he has to take it up and look at it for a while and review it, but it'd be a good idea to get passive involved in this
Yeah.
too.
Good idea.
Yeah, so,
Okay. That's a great idea. Okay, let's see. I guess we've already taken care of Great River Hydro. Is there any other new business?
I think so. Have we covered it all? Have we, I think,
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay.